Welcome back. Now, You Have Loved Enough is a moving new opera theatre production written and directed by Sandy Rudd and Galilei Njembo and performed by Othello Joseph and Galilei Njembo. It is inspired by Leonard Cohen's poetry. The story explores love, grief, loss, identity, abuse, and healing, and it is told through a blend of powerful music, voice, and acting. Now, the show takes place on the 31st of July and the 1st of August at the Windhoek High School Auditorium. It is expected to start from 6, that is, of course, until 9 o'clock. But we're joined in studio now by Galilei Njembo and Othello Joseph, just to give us more on this. Gentlemen, a very good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us. Good morning.
All right. Perhaps we can start with you, Galilei. You wrote and co-directed this production. So what inspired the title You Have Loved Enough, and also how does it tie into Leonard Cohen's poetry?
Yeah, so actually it was a bit of a coincidence.
Okay.
Initially, when I brought this concept with Sandy Rudd, it was going to be actually a one-man show, more like a concert that I was going to stage. But then as we wanted to find ways to tie the musical selections I'd pieced together, this coming from opera, from musical theatre, and even some Namibian selections, we came across a book of Leonard Cohen's poetry. We opened up on a random page, and there it was, You Have Loved Enough. It's a poem written by Leonard Cohen, which also then features in our piece. And then from this, we were then inspired, like, we can't just have this one random poem just, being featured.
Yeah.
And we found ways that with the narrative and the story that we wrote to then incorporate more of his text throughout the piece as a recurring theme.
Amazing. Talk to us about your role in the entire piece.
Yeah, so the interesting thing about this, besides being a producer and director and writer for this, is that it's just, it's just a two-person production. So it's just two people, Othello and I, on stage. Our characters don't have names. And as
At all?
At all.
Okay.
We don't have names. But we do this on purpose because it allows, I think, the audience to step into our shoes of essentially it's a retrospective look at a romantic relationship. And as we're telling the story, I think more people can relate to the dynamics and understanding also from the perspective of, as you mentioned, loss, grief, abuse. And we really focus, the overarching theme is really with mental health awareness that we are focusing on.
All right, Othello, let's get to you. Love the hair, by the way.
Thank you.
As a performer in this piece, what was your first emotional reaction when you read the script and heard the music for the very first time?
Well, I didn't read and hear the music simultaneously. I first read part of the script when I auditioned for the role. And I was already intrigued because Galilei just sent me part of the script and said, choose a section you'd like to use in your audition. And I picked out one of the key poems from Leonard Cohen that we used in the production.
Yeah.
And on first read, I was initially struck by how cathartic the play is. I think this play is a healing tool, not just for the both of us, but I think it can be a tool of healing for people in the audience who've also been through tumultuous relationships. I'll just put it like that.
All right. Without giving away too much, just give us a little roundup of the play. What can we look forward to? What can we expect? Actually, what is your role in the play?
Well, as Galilei mentioned, the play doesn't have any character names. However, I will be playing the poet within the production, who is also the lover. And the entire story essentially deals with two lovers who have to struggle with the fact that they're both following their dreams and that they're both quite ambitious young people who still want something in life. However, their love in certain ways pushes them closer to that dream, but in other ways pushes them further away from it.
Yeah, so many emotions, Galilei, and I want to basically, put this on you because you wrote this. So it explores love, grief, loss, identity, abuse, and healing. Why did you think it's important to tell this story now, especially in this modern age?
Yes, I think so. Actually, how the story came to be was I myself was going through a very challenging time last year after I returned from Canada after completing my bachelor's.
Yeah.
And that's how this sort of came to be. I was already dealing with myself with depression and anxiety to an extreme degree. And this for me was also, as Othello said, cathartic. It was healing. And being able to share that healing and being able to reach out to my community and know that there was a support system. I was able to receive professional help. I was able to, experience relief from what I was struggling with. And I wanted to share that, a lot of people are not alone. And I think especially now with what's happened in the recent week, I just, as we spoke earlier with the 3 teachers that unfortunately committed suicide, I thought this is now the time more than ever to really bring light on these issues very directly, to see how it impacts us and our loved ones, and also to know that there are people to reach out to, friends, family, and we also will be sharing resources after the show in person so that people also know who to look out for and where to ask for help.
Yeah. You're tying theatre, opera, and poetry together. What are some of the challenges you have experienced with this? Or are there no challenges at all? This is just easy for you.
I think, there are layers to it. I think the beauty of, for example, opera and musical theatre is really you are still acting. You're just using music as a sort of narrative tool. It adds drama. It's also beautiful. But I think it also adds a depth of emotion that words alone sometimes can't bring. And then I think, the mix of poetry as well is the way Othello presents them is just as beautiful as when you're watching a theatre play. He has a natural knack for the stage, and whether it's with regular text or with poetry, he knows his way around that.
Othello, can I put you on the spot?
Sure,
Can
absolutely.
we hear something?
Right now?
Yes.
Well, okay, I'll just give you a snippet.
Yes.
There's a lover in the story, but the story is still the same. There's a lullaby for suffering and a paradox to blame, but it's written in the scriptures, and it's not some idle claim. You want it darker. We killed the flame. Well, that's what I have.
Oh, wow. Have you loved enough?
Have I loved enough?
Yeah.
Well, that's a great question, actually. I'd say I think my character has, but as for myself personally, I think I haven't. I think there's still much more love in the world.
More love to give.
Yeah, more love to give,
take.
more love to take, and more love to share with everyone. So
I love it.
yeah, that's essentially what I'm excited about with this play in particular, and also having the opportunity to work with such talented singers, actors, and directors, because I think it's an important thing, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic, that we really prioritize the ways in which art can heal the human spirit and how that can bring us to a collective peace, not just through other sectors, but through the creative sector as well.
Yeah. Now, this show touches deeply on personal and sometimes painful themes, and we definitely cannot shy away from that. How do you hope the audience will relate to this or be changed by this performance? Because there is a message that you're putting out there. Let me hear from the both of you.
Yes, I hope that people will leave, as I said earlier, knowing that they're not alone, knowing that the hardships and experiences they go through, especially to do with mental health, that there are ways to be healed by it. It's not an easy process, but that is part of the way. But beyond that, I also want people to have a good time. It will be cathartic. It will be something that people can relax into. I think we also have the Let's Sing vocal ensemble that will be performing with us. And they're an amazing group of singers from various different choirs. A lot of them are classically trained. So I think it's also a lot of just beautiful music that we often won't hear in the Namibian scene, that I think people will have great access to.
Amazing. Do we see you doing more shows of this caliber in the future? I mean, I know you just finished this one. It's still to air. That is on the 31st and on the 1st. But are you working on something else?
Yes, actually I am. I'm working together with the Oyo Trust. They're having a production at the NTN in mid-August, and that's The Little Prince, so based off of the well-known book. And I'm also having a small role in this production.
Yeah. Othello, what do you make of the creative industry in Namibia right now?
Currently, I think that there's a lot of potential in the creative industry, particularly with with how things have changed politically in our country and with how certain things are being reprioritized. I think we stand at the precipice of something great. However, anytime that there's potential for something great, there's always the chance for disaster. So I think that it's up to Namibian creatives to really just champion their particular disciplines and to figure out ways in which we can not just contribute to the healing of the human soul, but also to our economy and to our communities, and figuring out ways that we can use theater, music, dance, art, whatever artistic discipline you may have, as a way of empowering not just ourselves, but each other.
Yeah. Any future plans for you?
Well, after the production, I will be auditioning for a few more roles. However, for now, I can't really speak about any of the things that I'm involved in.
Well, we can't wait to see you on stage.
Thank you.
Well, Galilei, talk to us. Give us all the details we need to know. I know I did give it up in the beginning of the show, but talk to us about, the theatre play. When can we look forward to it? How much are the tickets going for? And yeah, the venue and all that.
Yes, so You Have Loved Enough, the two-person opera and theatre piece. It takes place at the Windhoek High School Auditorium on Thursday, the 31st of July, and Friday, the 1st of August, 6. So doors open at 6. The show starts at 7. Tickets cost $100 for adults, $80 for students and pensioners. That is if you get it in advance at Web Tickets or any model, the old Pick and Pay.
Okay.
Or you can also, if you choose to get tickets at the door, that'll be $150 for adults and $100 for students and pensioners.
Amazing. And we can't wait to see you on the 31st and the 1st.
Thank you so much.
All right, all the best with your future endeavors, and I'll definitely be there. I want to. I've never been to a play where the characters don't have names, and it's just opera, theatre, and poetry all together, tied together.
We keep it very conceptual.
Yeah, very oblique.
So how long is the show?
It's about an hour and a half.
Oh, nice.
90 minutes.
Oh, okay. Nice. Thank you so much for joining us, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.